All right, what's going on, Giants fans? Doing another free agency film breakdown. Today we're doing Ifeadi Odenigbo. I put out like the way to pronounce it on the paper. I got it right. Defensive lineman from the Minnesota Vikings. He's been a producer for them the past 2 years. And I'll play his sack highlight while I talk to start. Make sure to like and subscribe, by the way. 26 years old, 1 year, $2.5 million deal. So these are the type of savvy deals that we can try to expect out of Joe Judge. He's number 95, by the way, if you're looking for him. He's played about 50% of the snaps the past 2 years, where 35% in 29, and then like 60 something percent in 2020. So rounded out to 50%. In those 2 seasons, 10.5 sacks, 10 tackles for a loss, 28 QB hits, 44 QB pressures. So he's a pass rusher. Now, he's not like some amazing pass rusher. And you can see, these are mostly coverage sacks, even though most sacks in the NFL are coverage sacks nowadays. So he's a guy that's going to rush the passer from the interior side of the defensive line. I know he's listed as a defensive end in the Giants system. He'll probably play that 5 technique outside the tackle, but he's not going to be converted to an outside linebacker. He only has like 13 coverage snaps in 2 years. He is a defensive lineman. I view him in that defensive tackle group with the Leonard Williams, B.J. Hill. I actually view him as a B.J. Hill type. He's going to line up. He's going to line up out here. He's going to line up here, and then there'll even be reps where he's lined up as nose tackle. So he kind of plays all over the line, and as a defensive line, he's not great versus the run. He's just not. There was nothing that wowed me in his run defense, but his pass defense is good. So he's more of a situational pass rusher. At least that's what Vikings people tell me, and the film tells me. So we're gonna go through 2 games. We're gonna go the 2019 game versus the Giants, and then the 2020 game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's roll through it. First play, we got him lined up here. Just stunting, looping, hitting this A side, this backside A, and he's kind of a guy that's going to try and beat you with leverage, and just the motor never stops. He's going to try and hit you with that, with a bull rush, where he's just going to try and get underneath you, get good hand placement inside your shoulder pads, and go. Got him lined up here. So we got him lined up here over the center. Good get off. Watch the left hand. Rips through. Gets that arm off him. Bam. First career sack against our guy, Daniel Jones. First career sack. And then a nice little celebration after that. Next play. Got him lined up on the nose tackle. This is just a screen play. Good job tracking it. Good stuff there. Next play, we got him lined up at the 5 technique on this side, I believe. Oh, yeah. We got him lined up on Red Ellison. This is a bootleg, so he's just kind of staying with Ellison. And then when Ellison releases, puts a little bit of a hit on Daniel Jones. And then the next play, we got him lined up here. The Vikings jerseys are so hard to tell. Just a nice bull rush against Nate Solder. You got Solder's hands up high. You got his hands up high. Watch as they come back inside. In between on the breastplate of Nate Solder. And then go. Drive the feet. And is, a quarter of a second away from getting a hand on the ball with Daniel Jones. This play, we got him lined up here. This one's more on Nate Solder, but he does get a QB hit on it, so I wanted to throw it on there. Nate Solder doesn't pick a guy. He looks outside and then tries to come inside. I always say if you're going to make a mistake, make it at 100 miles per hour. So even if this is the wrong guy to block, go and do it. Don't try and block him and then come back down. And now you got 2 guys that are unblocked. But anyways, we're not here to talk about Nate Solder. So there wasn't much from that game, but it was a Giants game, and I wanted to show that. This Jags game, man, he showed me some good stuff, and he's lined up primarily on the outside, and he just does some good stuff in this game. A lot of I wanted to show this where he's not great in the run game. Like, this is the tight end. Just handle him. Like he's just not good in the run game, and the Vikings knew that. Well, and that'll come up later in this video. The Vikings knew that. Here, got him lined up out on the tackle. Bull rush. Getting back into the QB's lap. Again, he's going to use leverage. Get his hands inside the tackle. And then he just always keeps his feet moving. Always keeps his feet moving. A lot of guys don't do that. A lot of guys' feet get stuck in the mud. We got him lined up here. Get leverage. Then inside. Hands inside. Pop. Now let's get in that inside shoulder. It's going to get in that inside shoulder. Here we got him lined up on the 3 technique right here. Outside the guard. A good run play. Controls his gap. Reads. Makes the tackle. I wanted to throw that in there. Lined up here on this one. Again, using leverage. Good hand placement. Hands inside. Get inside. And wins that rep. Got him lined up out here. Again, he's going to be lined up out here for the most part on the left tackle. Again, keeps his feet moving. Initial pop isn't great. Keep the feet moving. Don't let the tackle winning the first initial contact win the rep. Because at this point, it's like, oh, great rep for the left tackle. Nope, keep your feet moving. Put him in the QB's lap. Put him in the QB's lap. We got him lined up right here. And this is where I was saying the Vikings know that he wasn't great in the run game. So they're here down on the goal line. And this is 3rd and 8, so they start at the 2-yard line. He didn't play first and second down. And he played 82% of this game. He didn't play first and second down of this series because, the Jags were trying to run the ball and get it out from under the end zone. But now we got 3rd and 8, and he's going to make his money. Bam. Sack. Safety. Safety for the Vikings. Their big dumb siren goes off. I'm just kidding, Vikings. I'm actually spent a couple years in Minnesota. So Minnesota has a little bit of a soft spot in my heart. But again, good leverage. Hands inside. Keep those feet freaking moving and get around the edge. And, a lot of times this rep doesn't win, doesn't win the play. But guess what happens? When you consistently do stuff like this, well, when your the right tackle screws up and this QB has to float, well, now you got yourself a sack. Now you got yourself a sack. And a nice little celebration. I love his celebrations. They're funny. We got him lined up here on this one. It's just a stunt. Nice. Sells it. Good stuff. Just wanted to put that one in there. And here's the one really counter he has is this spin. When he's got that outside shoulder, and you could tell, like you see how the left tackle's leaning because he's been getting bull rushed all game and he never stops his feet. So his counters with this spin. And he's pretty good at it too, man. Some good speed with it. Break contain a little bit, but sometimes you got to do that. Same thing. Left tackle's not even really leaning on this one. Spins out of it though. Ball's out, but good job on him. Got him lined up on this one. That time is that's just clean. That's like that's a left tackle's worst nightmare on film. To just barely get a hand on a guy. He knows. That left tackle knows, man. I got to be ready for this guy. He's strong. His feet never stop moving. Whoop! There's nothing like watching a spin back and forth. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, I can... Sorry, I just screwed it up. Here, I'll just use it like this. I mean, you could just sit there and watch that all night long. All night. I love it. All right, how much longer until you guys turn off? All right, let's go. Next play, Bobby. Next play. Got a ripping off the edge. Again, good leverage. Good hand placement. And then watch. It's hard to see, but watch this left hand. Rips through. Rips through the left tackle's left hand. And gets himself a nice hit on the quarterback. Here's another stunt. Stunting on him. Forces the QB outside the pocket. Mike Glennon's so fast. He's fast. He's not. Now we're in overtime. So he does a spin on a run play. How about that? Left tackle, you want to lean, dude? You want to lean? You want to lean? You want to over punch? Uh-oh. Bobby's back playing with the spin button. Playing back with the spin button. Dude, you lean, I'm going to spin on your ass. I'm going to put your ass in the spin cycle. I'm going to break it outside, and I'm going to force you to Eric Kendricks. How about that? How about that? And then this is essentially like kind of a game winner. You know, this ends up being an interception in overtime. The Vikings get the ball back and a score and win the game. Gets a chip from the tight end. Good hand leverage. Uses the right hand. Left hand breaks off. Gets a nice hit on Glennon. You know, he's not forcing this play. I'm exaggerating a little bit. Gets a nice pop on him, and he got himself an interception by Harrison Smith. Okay, now I promised this one to research Rick because a lot of people were like, well, the defensive end, does that mean he transforms to an outside linebacker and playing coverage? No, but he did have a couple coverage snaps, and it's actually funny enough, Patrick Graham will have all his defensive linemen playing coverage. Dexter Lawrence had coverage reps, Leonard Williams, Dalvin Tomlinson, not because it's like these guys can really play good in coverage. It's simply, hey, we're trying to confuse the QB, confuse the offensive line, manufacture pressure, but also cut things off where, sometimes if there's a blitz, a QB's looking for the drag. Well, guess what? This defensive tackle popped out here. So I just wanted to throw this in there. Wow. Look at this coverage. Playing his zone. Playing his zone. How about that? Leads to a coverage sack. How about that? Let's go with that narrative. That his coverage caused this sack. Because guess what? Hey, you know what? Maybe it's not that far-fetched. Look where he's got his eyes at. Maybe he wants to hit Keelan Cole right here. How about that? How about that? We're definitely going with that narrative. That his coverage led to a sack. We got him lined up here. Pause back in coverage. So I wouldn't read too much into those two plays, but I wanted to throw them in there because why not? Why not? Let me make sure I get the name right. Ifeadi Odenigbo. Welcome to the Giants, man. Looking forward to seeing you do work. I feel bad that RJ McIntosh, who's a guy I like, seems to be like the sixth defensive tackle forever. Hey, looking forward to seeing him out there, seeing him in some pass rush situations. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Bam. Like. Bam. And hopefully we're having a Kenny Golladay video out later today. I'm hoping we have a Kenny Golladay breakdown out later today. Appreciate you guys. Let's go Big Blue.